I'm Theresa Caputo, and this is the Long Island Tea Podcast.
Today on the Long Island Tea Podcast, we are beyond excited to welcome a very special guest, world-renowned psychic medium and true Long Island icon, Theresa Caputo. You know her from her incredible live shows all over the country, her hit TV series, and now her brand new Lifetime show, Theresa Caputo Raising Spirits, as well as her amazing new podcast, Hey Spirits with Theresa Caputo. Theresa has brought comfort to countless families around the world, and she's proudly represented Long Island every step of the way. She's a staple to our community, a champion for Long Island, and she's getting ready for 3 back-to-back shows at the Paramount, December 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Please join us in welcoming the one and the only Theresa Caputo.
Oh, well, thank you for that amazing intro. I was like, when you were reading all that, I was like, who is this person she's speaking of?
The one and only, ma'am, the one and only. We are so excited. I kind of touched on it when we first brought you on, but this is really a dream come true of mine specifically. We've had this podcast for 5 years. We just celebrated our anniversary. And
oh, congratulations.
Started, you were like our number one goal guest that we wanted to get on here. So thank you so much.
Oh, that's so sweet. Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes.
It's an honor to be here with you.
That's so great. Like I said, we are so excited. We know you have the shows coming up at the Paramount in Huntington that are almost sold out for December 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and the venue has really been a staple for you over the years. What makes doing shows on Long Island feel different from anywhere else?
Well, I'm home, and I feel like there's no better way to end my year but at home. Being able to celebrate with my family, but more importantly, all the people that support what I do on Long Island. Because I was raised, you never forget where you come from.
Yeah.
So
once an Islander, always an Islander, I say all the time.
It's very true.
That's right.
So when you're performing for a Long Island audience, do you feel a different kind of energy? These are your people. This is where you're from. Does it feel different when you're here?
Oh, absolutely. They're tough. Listen,
tough
Long Island,
Long
it's
Island.
tough. Exactly. It's interesting. Yes. I travel all over the country. I'm out on the road now. And, all different parts of the country. Yes, people are different personalities. But at the end of the day, grief is grief. Mm-hmm. And we're all looking for some type of peace and comfort. And that is something that the live shows offer. So some areas are a little bit more resistant, but that's the one thing that I love about Long Island. And I say this to people, one thing about New Yorkers and especially Long Islanders, you never have to worry about where they're coming from.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We shoot straight from the hip. There's no BS, and you know where you stand with a New Yorker.
Absolutely. Do you think I think it's something in the water, right? That the energy is different here.
Oh, well, I know my hair's different when I'm home. That's all I'm saying. So it's definitely something in the water.
Your fans are now following you on your new Lifetime show, Raising Spirits, which gives an inside look into your daily life being a new grandma to little ones. And on recent episode, we saw there might be some traits that your granddaughter might have your gift.
Oh, she's a little spitfire, that one.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, she talks about things and says things to me, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Was there a certain time frame that she said, was there something that stood out to you that you were like, oh, my gosh, she's got it?
Yeah. So recently she just said to me, I was at my daughter's house, and this beautiful red cardinal came up on the patio. And I said, Michelina, I said, look at the red cardinal. And she goes, Grandma, birds like bread, right? Birds love to eat bread, right? And I was like, yeah. I think they do. I said, because I remember when I was little, when I was at my grandma's house, every morning if I would sleep over, she would throw bread in the backyard and feed the birds. And she goes to me, she goes, oh, Grandma. She goes, I remember that. I go, what do you mean you remember that? She goes, I did that with you when you were a little girl. It was so much fun.
Oh, my goodness. That is wild.
What 3-year-old says birds like bread?
Right.
I'm not feeding the birds in my backyard.
Right.
That was something that I did back in the day with my grandmother, But I also do believe and know, like, this is one of my main things of what I do as a medium. Yes, I communicate with people that have died, but it's more about restoring people's faith and also letting people understand and know that this soul bonds that you have with your loved one can never be broken. Mm-hmm. This is a bond that will forever be. And anything that goes on around you that reminds you of them, you think of them, you can feel that presence with you, know that that's real, and know that that is their soul giving you that little hello from heaven.
I am such a true believer in all of this. I understand, like, I the angel numbers, right? Those types of things.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like those
Yeah.
are signs. They pop out all the time for me, and I think like I just love it.
I'm just worried. I'm wondering if I'm gonna make it through this episode without tearing up. I just feel like everything
just
you're
so
saying,
beautiful.
because it is, that restoring your faith, and just like,
Yeah.
some people recognize signs. I am not one that does, so I'm always looking, and I don't, maybe that's the
Yeah.
problem. But even what you're
Well,
saying, like, it warms my heart, and I'm just like, it's, it makes
well,
my
that's
eyes
the
tear.
thing. I don't think people realize that, like, this isn't about, you can't say to your loved ones, okay, Dad, by Tuesday, if you show me 4 red cardinals, 3 double rainbows, and 10 ladybugs, I know it's you. I always say signs and symbols come when we least expect it. It's those little things when you put the radio on and that song comes on and you're not playing it on purpose and it reminds you of them, or you get that smell of maybe that perfume, or maybe even cigarette smoke. No one's smoking, but you know what you're smelling for that split second. Know that that is them. It's anything that goes on around you that reminds you of them. Know that that truly is their soul getting your attention.
That is so beautiful. I have a question for you, and this is a personal question. Can you turn it off?
Yeah, so people ask me that all the time, and it's not a matter of turning it on and turning it off. I feel that we're always sensing and feeling things. Spirit always has to show me 3 things before they get me to say something. So they always have to make me feel the bond and relationship first. Then they will physically bring me through their departure. Then they have to show me whatever it is that is holding back, that whatever it is that is holding that person back from healing, to show me the sign and the symbol. And then I know that's when for me to say something. Because I've also realized not everyone wants to hear from their loved one that has died, or they feel that they need to.
Right. Do you go through like stages or anything where you're like out in public and you feel something come across or anything, and you feel the need to approach somebody?
Yes, not as much now. I don't know if it's because spirit kind of backs off a little bit, because I mean, I never have a day off.
Right.
I mean, look, here I am. I get a day off, and I'm spending it with you guys. Yeah. But I think that it's like boundaries, and things like that. And I always say, then if I'm out and out and about, say in the store, and I feel something, I say to spirit, present the opportunity, because there are times that I'll feel things and that opportunity won't present itself. I just know that that person wasn't ready, or maybe they didn't need to hear from their loved ones, or they weren't, like I said before, ready to hear.
Yeah.
I think that it's easy to kind of, and it's really with anything in life, we look at things as that it's easy, right? Or that, things are common. But what I've learned from traveling all over the country and channeling the souls of the departed is that people come for many different reasons. Some people come, I think the main thing is they come because they want to make sure that their loved one is at peace and that they're okay. But a lot of times, people don't realize why they're there. It restores their faith.
Right.
Because people lose that along the way.
Yeah.
People don't know how to live. They don't know how to laugh or find happiness and joy in life. How many times have people come to one of my experiences and they're not speaking to family members, and then they attend a live show and they get reunited with their siblings or their family members that they hadn't spoken to in years.
Wow.
So it really is such a powerful experience. And I tell people it's something that you will probably never attend in your life ever again. To, be in a space and to feel healing, to feel the energy and the love in that theater, and then to watch a perfect stranger heal right in front of you, change literally right in front of your eyes, is something amazing. You can't even describe it.
It's a power. It's a true power. And so, you've been doing this for a while, and obviously you help people through their stories, but is there a story from your own life that still teaches you something new?
I think I've learned, and I learn it every day, is gratitude. And I know we kind of use that word, loosely, I think sometimes, but I've learned like so much patience and understanding, and really looking at things from different point of views, not just one side.
Yeah, I agree with that.
if we can just bring it back to Long Island for a moment, if Long Island had a spiritual frequency, how would you describe it?
Crazy, insane, and it just doesn't stop vibrating. I don't know. There is something about Long Island. Like, I don't know if it is, the energy in the island or what.
Yeah.
But there is a very special vibe to Long Island.
I think it's a lot with the residents here. I think, we are all so prideful in our communities and where we live. And I think that's that vibrancy that you're talking about. And it just really does show all over, I think.
And I think we're believers. You know, obviously the people, right? Your shows are sold out.
You're a Long Island icon.
Yeah.
What can we say?
And I think people, I do wonder, I guess, does it help? If you have an audience filled with believers versus an audience that are cynics, do you get the same vibe? Can you still read things the same?
Oh, yeah. Listen, sometimes someone, if they're, how do I say this? Like overly believers, they might be so focused on hearing certain things or wanting to hear this. That can also interfere. Sometimes I find people that aren't sure. I don't like to use the word skeptic. I like to use the word that they really don't understand what I do.
Right.
They have the best experience because they're going to that show with no expectations.
Right.
So they're coming with an open heart, an open spirit, an open mind. And those are the people, I tell people, you come to the show, you come with no expectations.
Right.
Just come and know that you will witness something. And it's a night filled with faith, hope, and peace and levity, because we need the levity.
Yeah.
Because these are heavy messages that we have to hear.
Yeah.
You know what I think too? You talk about being open, and I think that's a huge composite to it. You have to be open in order to feel any type of way. If you're a believer or not, it's still like you have to be open to allow it to come through. What's a Long Island spot that you go to when you need to clear your mind and get your own peace?
Oh, my backyard.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, my home, it really is like being home. I love being home.
Yeah.
Being with my family, being with my grandchildren, it grounds me.
Yeah.
And the fact that I still live next door to my parents.
I love that.
That is nice.
I mean, I live right next door to the house that I grew up in. And now my son just bought one house away from me on the block. So it's my parents, me, my neighbor, and then Larry and Leah.
I love it.
So
That's
yeah.
actually, go ahead, sorry.
And I'm not the only one on the block that hasn't left. There are two other families on our block where one couple bought it from their grandparents, and then another gentleman bought the house from his parents, and his daughter goes to school with my granddaughter.
Oh.
So I find that like amazing. It just shows like what an amazing community we do have.
I was just going to say that is
Community
very
pride.
specifically I Island. So I hope the answer to this next question. It's not a question we've asked you already, but what is a question you wish people asked you more often, and what's one that you wish would disappear forever?
I think.
Is there anything we should know about you that we don't know? I know that you've shared so much of yourself over
what, that I'm afraid of the dark? I don't know. I think I'm a pretty open book. Geez, my earpod just fell out. AirPod. I call them earpods. I don't know why they call them AirPods. They're not in the air. They're in my ears. So they're earpods.
Exactly.
I think the thing that I don't know. This would probably answer both of your questions because I don't think people realize how much I do give back, not only to the community, but to all over the country. With my fan club, I formed a fan club to protect my fans for ticket pricing, and that if they really wanted to know anything about me, they could just contact my team. But all the proceeds from the fan club, I give back to the fans.
Oh, wow.
So like right now we're doing a 10, it's for Thanksgiving, and we're giving away 10 gift cards, $1,000 each.
Wow.
To make someone's Thanksgiving. And then we do it also for the holidays. And how many people have said that if they didn't receive this gift card, they wouldn't have had a Christmas. Aww. One woman was able to get a job because of the gift card she received from the fan club, because she couldn't afford to get a car fixed. And
That's beautiful.
she was able, yeah. So I don't think people realize. I wish people took more to really understand me and how I use my ability. And because I do a lot of amazing things. And the other thing people never ask, like, how does this affect me?
Right.
I always say to people, I make what I do look very easy,
Yeah.
but it's the hardest thing that I have to do is to take someone on this emotional roller coaster of feeling pain, sorrow, loss, and grief, and then bring levity.
Yeah.
And give them permission to live their life. I mean, it's hard.
It's
It's
exhausting.
physically,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what
It's
I was gonna
physically and
say.
emotionally.
Right. At the end of the day, are you, you have these shows or you've been speaking to people throughout the course of the day. Are you just totally wiped out mentally and emotionally at the end of the day also, as well as physically?
Sometimes, other times it takes me 2 hours to kind of come down from it. Um, I try to explain it like sometimes the souls stay with me,
So
and
they
I
just
have
hang
to
out
work
with
to
you.
release that. Yeah, they just, yeah, or they feel that they weren't finished, or sometimes someone might not acknowledge someone coming through. So those are difficult things too. So I don't think people realize. And it's hard to be away from my family.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
away from my family for weeks on end,
Yeah.
and thank God, my parents are healthy. But like being away from my grandchildren and my
Right.
children and weeks at a time, it's not just days,
Right.
it's 3-4 weeks, sometimes 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And it's a lot. I live on a tour bus,
Right.
so, with 6 other people. I mean,
Right.
it's not like I'm all by myself.
Right.
There's a very tight quarters.
Yes. And I think
Yeah.
it's something about you. I mean, that, like you said, it is physically draining and mentally draining, but I think you do it with a smile and you do it with love, and it shows. I really think that your fans can see that. I think that, it does bring back to you and your self person that I think you do it with so much love that I think it kind of might overcome that
Right.
tiredness.
It's about the delivery a lot of times, and it's coming
Yeah.
from someone who's thoughtful and patient, especially if it's, if you're connecting with somebody who, you're connecting with somebody in the audience and the spirit connecting with you, they bumped heads or, they didn't end on a good note. It's a very difficult thing to relay to somebody.
Absolutely.
It just happened last night. There was a woman, she wasn't speaking to her son, and he ended up, unfortunately, taking his own life. And, to watch, like I said earlier, to watch someone heal right in front of you. I make what I do look easy.
Yeah.
And the fact that people trust me with the souls of their loved ones, I consider it an honor and a privilege to do this work. I wouldn't trade what I do for anything here in the physical world. I know I was physically, emotionally, and mentally built to do this kind of work.
Yeah.
Because I can't explain. It just happens.
Right.
I don't turn a switch on, and I can't turn a switch off. It just happens.
How old were you when you first realized that you had this gift?
Well, I didn't realize that it was a gift, an ability. I just thought everyone saw and felt the same things that I was.
Wow.
I had no idea that the way that I feel that I'm different, I'm just able to connect with everyone's loved ones, not just my own. And then when I realized that, I struggled with it because I am a practicing Catholic, and I struggled with it. I couldn't understand why would I be blessed with this gift. And then I struggled with, okay, this is fantastic, but who's going to want to come and see a medium? And then what I learned is that, unfortunately, no matter who we lose, how they die, we here in the physical world are left with burdens and guilts. We might be left with a should have, a could have, a would have. At the end of the day, we're left with negative emotions that do not give us the ability to heal. So I put my gift in God's hands and I said, look, if this is what I was meant to do here in the physical world, you open the doors for me and I will walk through them with my gift. But I only want to use my gift to help people. I don't want to be scared. I don't want to go. I don't like haunted things. I don't like anything like that. And here I am over 25 years later.
It's amazing.
Because I was about 30. It was right before it was right after I had my daughter Victoria is when things really came to a head with my ability.
Wow.
So let's just jump to, you're not a stranger to podcasts, and you have your own. Hey, Spirit, with
Hey,
Theresa
Spirit.
Caputo. How's the experience of podcasting different from your live work or your TV work? Is there more freedom, less freedom to sort of express yourself?
I feel like, of course, it's different than a live show,
Sure.
right? It's more of like a personal, private reading. But the thing that I love about the podcast is that because I do it over Zoom, that you could be all over the country,
Yeah.
all over the world. I've done readings all over the world at this point, and it still has the same. It's still the same. Someone is being healed. They're receiving messages that change their life in a positive way.
So the language barrier then, let's talk about that. So you do
Oh yeah.
international. So what is that like? So you're not, you're in a place where you don't speak the language, but obviously
Right.
feeling people has no language. So how do you communicate that to somebody?
So because the way I communicate with spirit is not through the way we communicate with each other.
Right.
It's more or less through feeling and knowing. So I don't know. I will just feel like they're talking to me in a different language. A lot of times they'll show me like a recipe and I'll look at the recipe and it'll just be like written in a different language. Don't ask me what language it is, but I'll just know that it's different.
Right.
I just know that I just know that it's different.
Yeah.
And how many times would I say to someone, "Oh, I don't understand, but now your mom's yelling at me in another language," and like, "Oh my God, my mom only spoke Spanish or she only spoke Portuguese," you know.
Yeah.
So, those are the little things that I love, are the unique things, and that's the thing that I find so amazing. It's still after all these years of doing what I do and countless shows, every single night I step on that stage, spirit blows my mind. They blows my mind of the things that they have me say, that they have me talk about. And my son has said it. He'll say, "Ma," he'll go, "I don't know. You're talking to somebody." He goes, "Because you don't know half the stuff that you're talking about.
Wow.
You know nothing about."
That's wild.
So, those are the things that I love, is when they talk about such unique things that nobody would know about, that even that the person has forgotten about.
Right.
Like in a live show, the spirit might bring up something and they're like, "No, I don't understand it." And then like, I'll move on and then we'll talk about something else. And then all of a sudden I go, "Oh my God, I just remembered what you were talking about.
Wow.
I just remember what my dad meant," So those are the moments that I love the most.
Yeah, I mean, it's wild even as an audience member. I assume people sitting in your audience hope that you're going to...
Yeah, they're probably all waiting.
Right, but it's still such a beautiful thing to watch it happen for someone else. Because like you say, you see them, their face...
The breakthrough.
Yeah, and their face, no matter if they're coming with resentment or joy or hope or whatever it is, and you just see all these emotions flash on someone's face in a matter of seconds.
Yeah.
Right. But that's the thing. People say it all the time. And I talk about this in my speech. You guys are going to have to come to the show and kind of check it out at the Paramount.
Definitely.
because
We absolutely will.
It really, it really is, because you can't describe it, and people say it all the time. They'll be like, "I had no idea what to expect when I went to that show that night. And I personally didn't get read, but what I witnessed was life-changing."
Yeah.
Then they say, and then they realize that the people that did get read truly needed to hear from their loved ones more than they did.
Right.
So it really is absolutely incredible.
And it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Theresa, this has been incredible. I could talk to you for hours, and I love hearing this because, like I said, I'm a true believer of it. One last question for you. If you were describing Long Island to someone who's never been here, what's the one thing that you tell them that captures the essence of this place?
Oh, God. I don't know. That captures the essence of Long Island. I mean, there's so many things. I mean, food.
Well, what would be
Serenity.
your favorite spot?
Yeah, favorite place to go.
Yeah.
It could really be anything. Your favorite long.
Oh my God.
Is it a bacon, egg, and cheese? Is it a location?
Okay, I'll give. Can I say 3 things?
You can say 10 things.
First of all, one of my favorite restaurants is, of course, my son-in-law's Pastaria. It's over 30 years, family run, and it's just amazing. My favorite bagel spot is Heavenly Bagel in Levittown.
Okay.
And my favorite vegan spot is Green Street Greenery, Green Street in Levittown.
Love it.
Off of Hempstead Turnpike.
I love it.
So I got a lot of favorite spots. I mean, I can go on and on. I mean, have you guys been to the Northport Hotel?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
Isn't it amazing?
oh my God. I just want to, like, that food is
I know.
just Same.
The
Yes.
food,
So
the
good.
atmosphere, just even that
Yep.
little downtown.
What are you doing tonight? We'll meet you there.
I'm actually going to Joe's crib, and I'm in Chicago right now.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm actually taking my crew out. I call it family dinner.
Oh, so nice.
So I take them out, to have a nice dinner because we're eating out of cardboard boxes.
Yeah,
We're eating
you're on the road,
backstage, and
yeah.
we're on the road. It's not always easy. But another one of my favorite spots is Del Vino.
Yes,
Have you
of
guys been
course.
to?
Our
Yeah.
favorites, Frank.
I mean, it's
we love them.
It's like we fed you these answers.
Yeah.
We couldn't agree more.
We couldn't agree more. Honestly,
Right?
it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's really been a true pleasure speaking to you.
Oh,
Thank you
thank you
so
so
much for
much.
taking this time. You're, like I said, you're a Long Island icon. So please, we'll put it in the show notes for tickets for your show at the Paramount.
Yeah.
If it's not sold out, but I'm sure it will be. But we really look forward to going. Stacey and I will be there. So hopefully we can meet you in
Yes,
person.
I'd love to meet you guys in person.
It
You're
might
gonna
be all
have to.
3
You're gonna have
nights.
to.
You might see us all 3 nights.
Listen, people do that. But no, if you do, reach out to whoever set it up so I can meet you and say hi. There is something else that we didn't really touch on that I think is important too. I'm doing a jewelry line with N Livy,
Oh.
and it's on. We have exclusive items on QVC and stuff like that. One of the pendants I'm wearing now is Let the Light In pendant.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Real Swarovski crystal.
Gorgeous.
And we have the angel, which is new. But we have so many beautiful pieces because I really want people to be able to connect with
Yeah.
their loved ones.
Yeah.
And sometimes people don't know how. We were talking about this before about people very open and supportive of what I do. I've met time and time again people, the most faithful people, the most spiritual people, and they lose a loved one, and all of that goes out the window.
Yeah.
And that's what I talk about when I say going to one of my shows is so much more than reconnecting people with their departed loved one. It restores their faith and brings them peace and comfort.
It is a beautiful thing, honestly, because you're right. That does happen. And it's hard to get them to come back and find that faith and belief again. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, so I've got one more question. I know we were wrapping it up.
Yeah.
Any tips, anything to, our listeners, our viewers, just in a way to just, stay connected and don't lose faith? If they don't have you to, connect with, but is it just keep your eyes open?
Yeah.
Just to, what is like your one last piece of advice to people to just, that when people ascend, they don't forget about you here?
Yes. I'm just going to say a simple, heaven is for real. Anything that goes on around you that brings you comfort, reminds you of your loved one, know that that's a little hello from heaven, and knowing that they are loving and guiding and protecting us from the other side.
All right,
That's
you did
beautiful.
it. I made it through the episode, but I mean, just by the
Hair on your
by the
chin.
skin of my teeth. But again, thank you so much.
Yes.
I mean, to say this was a pleasure is a severe
absolutely.
understatement. As Sharon said, I mean, this has been a 5-year wish for us.
Yes. So dream
Wow.
completed.
Well, anytime, you guys are a delight. I loved spending this afternoon with you. So anytime, it would be my pleasure.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
The Long Island Tea Podcast is brought to you by Discover Long Island. For exclusive access to contests and promotions, follow Long Island Tea Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And for questions, comments, and collaborative inquiries, email spillthetea@discoverlongisland.com.